Hello and welcome to Module 1, Section B, all about your vision with decluttering. You already worked on your mindset, but that's only part of what's necessary to be able to be successful at decluttering. Vision is the other component. We want to make sure we have a clear visual picture of what we want. We don't just want to think, well, I'd like to get rid of all this stuff. We want to specifically visualize what a simplified space looks like in our particular home. Of course, it can be helpful to look at other examples of people who have simplified spaces, but we really need to personalize our thinking to our specific space. And I think that you'll find the strategies and exercises I talk about in this particular video training are going to be helpful in allowing you to do that.
Let's get into Section B, all about vision. This is where we are going to be visualizing your ideal space. With this in mind, one of the key things I want to emphasize here is that we want to visualize your ideal space using your current home, not the dream home, because that's not our space unless you're planning on moving into that in the short term, which is probably not the case for most of us. So using your current home, think about what changes are you hoping to make. Let's be very specific. How does it look? How does it feel? How do you act in this space? You can walk around your space to help you. You can identify specific projects or areas within your home that you want to be working on. We're going to be setting some visual goals here. And when you're visualizing this, the more in depth and more detailed we can visualize, the easier it will become. It might even help you in the visualization process to move your items around a little bit. So let's say, for instance, you have a surface in your home that's very cluttered, or you have a bookshelf that is completely packed. You can't even fit a new book on there if you tried. Perhaps, for the sake of this exercise, to help you visualize it, what if you temporarily moved all the items off that surface, or removed some of the books or other items from that bookshelf to whatever the ideal amount would be? Again, this is all about visualizing what your goals are in the space. So, how should we keep track of this? For documentation purposes, I think there are three main approaches that could be helpful, and I would recommend you to take one of these actions at least, or a combination of them. The best option, in my opinion, is to take pictures, or if you wanted to record some video, you could do that too. I think a picture is actually the easiest. The beauty about taking pictures is that it allows you to have that before and after moment. The picture captures your space in a moment in time and where it's currently at. And one thing that I find is very interesting is that we sometimes forget about all the great progress we're making. But if you take pictures throughout the process, it can document your journey from start to finish. So with that in mind, I recommend taking pictures of either, rooms at a time, or really any area that you feel like is cluttered that you'd like to fix. I would suggest choosing at least 5 different areas in your home that you can take a picture of. Maybe you want to do more areas than that, and you want to take pictures of your entire home and all the different areas there. You can decide how it works best, but I definitely recommend documenting your progress before and after. Another great option is a vision board. And with a vision board, the idea is that you take a selection of images that pertain to what your goal is. So in this case, to declutter, finding images that you can put either in a physical board that will be in your space, or maybe it's a digital board that you can use as a desktop screensaver on your computer or other device. Or it can also even be tools like Pinterest, where you're keeping track of these visuals. This can help you have a clear picture of what you're going for as well, although the pictures themselves may not necessarily be in your space. Another great option is to journal or write down your thoughts and reflections about what you're hoping to achieve in each space. Again, how you want it to feel, how you want it to look, etc. Decide which of these approaches works best for you, or maybe a combination of them, and proceed using those strategies to help you. I know when I first began my decluttering journey, there was one day towards the start of it where I was just feeling really frustrated and overwhelmed. And this is even before I had a YouTube channel, and I decided I was going to record my home and walk around and just show all of the mess and all of the clutter on camera, just so I had that visual I could go back to. And while I definitely didn't look at the footage for a long time, every time I go back and look at that footage, I am amazed, number one, that I lived like that. A little embarrassed, I suppose, but also it has really showed me how far I've come, because that chaos, that clutter, that doesn't exist anymore. And so I think you're going to feel so much pride in these photos as you work through this journey and see just how much progress you're making. The final piece I want to address here as part of vision is accountability. I want you to take action. My number one hope for you in this course is that you will succeed, and I want to do whatever is in my power to help you with that. And I know that for a lot of us, accountability is a necessary part that can make a change happen. How will you hold yourself accountable during this time? A few common suggestions that I would recommend would be, number one, if you are in our Facebook group, which if you haven't joined, I'll put the link in this module here. Join it and share. Let's say there's a specific area in your home you want to improve. Post your before and after pictures in the group. Or say, hey guys, today I'm going to be working on this, and then show us the picture after it, or tell us what you were able to get rid of. I have found that the people who take better with less are really great and kind and supportive people. And if you're willing to share in our Facebook group, you'll be welcomed, supported, and receive positivity from other group members. You also can share your progress with me. You could also connect with someone in your personal life, such as a friend or family member. Even better would be if there's someone in your life who you're able to go on this journey with. Maybe there's even a friend who also would want to sign up for the course that you work through it together, or maybe you get your spouse on board or a partner, whoever it is. When we are able to work together with someone else, it can yield much bigger results. Finally, something I'm a huge advocate for is giving yourself rewards when you meet your goals. These can be very simple rewards. Obviously, you don't want it to derail your efforts, so a shopping spree would not be the solution here. But maybe there is a fun meal that you could get from a favorite restaurant, or even a fun sweet treat or beverage of your choice. Maybe it's going to a spa and getting a massage or pedicure or something like that. Maybe it's a simple treat you can give yourself during the day that you really enjoy doing but don't always make time for. Whatever it is, set a goal and set a reward and follow through on that reward. Decluttering can be hard work, so you definitely want to reward that hard work. You deserve it. That wraps up this section, but your homework this week is very important. It starts with the documentation. So figure out if you're going to take pictures, if you're going to do the vision board or the journal, and take that action before you move on to the next video. I'll see you there.